Hey everybody, Blue here. Welcome to our 50 subscribers special video. Can't believe the channel's already reached 50 subscribers, so what better way to celebrate than to teach you guys how to make a Mint Collins. So let's get to it. First up, let's talk about tools. You're gonna need a cocktail shaker for this one, although you can also replace that with a jar like this one if you have one. Next, you're gonna need a juicer of some sort, a strainer, and something to measure out liquid in. You're also gonna need a cutting board and a small knife. Now, let's talk ingredients. Of course, you're gonna need some gin. I'm using this bottle of Oroku gin. And you're gonna need some simple syrup, which is just a mixture of 1:1 sugar and water. Next up, you'll need 1 lemon and at least 3 or 4 leaves of mint. And to top everything off, you'll need chilled soda water. You'll also need to prepare some blocks of ice for both mixing and for drinking in the glass. Alright, now to get started, first grab your lemon and cut that in half. Take one of your lemon halves and start juicing away. Once you've got that juice out, measure out 3/4 of an ounce. Get 1/2 of your cocktail shaker or your jar and pour that juice in. Next up, let's measure out 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup. Now I've made my simple syrup with raw sugar, hence the brown tint, but you can make yours with plain sugar if you want to. Get all of that into your shaker. Next up, let's measure out 2 ounces of gin. Now I haven't really been much of a gin drinker in the past, but this particular gin, Oroku gin, has really converted me into one. Something about the taste is very crisp and very easy to drink. It's not as herby as a lot of the gins that are out there, so I think that's what does it for me. But of course, you can use whatever gin that suits your taste. Next up, let's get a whole bunch of ice in the shaker. Now you do need quite a bit, but make sure that you reserve some ice for the glass. Righto, now that everything's in the shaker, let's start shaking. Now you can shake to your heart's content. In fact, I don't really know what's best practice when it comes to shaking cocktails. If any of you know, leave a comment down below. Now comes the most challenging part of making this drink, reopening your shaker. I like to give it a few taps, just to try and coax this thing to open. And yes, it can be a little bit difficult at times. And if you're wondering why this is the case, it is basically something to do with air pressure that builds up in the shaker. There we go. Finally. Now, assuming you've won the battle against the shaker, next up is actually building the drink in the glass. Get a nice highball glass and put a few ice cubes to start. Then, put a mint leaf in, more ice, more mint, and keep going until you fill the glass. Make sure you reserve 1 mint leaf for garnish later on. Okay, the moment we've been waiting for. Grab your strainer and start pouring out the drink. Oh, look at that. You beauty. Already making me thirsty. Alright, and finally, top things off with your soda water. And finally, you can garnish it with your best mint leaf. And there you have it, guys, a mint Collins. Very refreshing, very tasty, and just in time for the Australian summer as well. Now there is one optional step you can do. Take a long spoon and stir the drink gently. Now this is completely optional, guys, but I find doing this just helps round out the flavors of the drink. A good friend of mine pretty much describes this as an adult lemonade, and I think that is completely spot on. Beautiful. And there you have it. Okay guys, I think it's time for a bit of a taste test to see how we went. Oh yeah, okay, that hits the spot. Lemony, minty, and fizzy all at the same time. I'd definitely recommend you guys give this a try when you get the chance. And if you do, make sure to drink responsibly. A quick thank you to all of the viewers and subscribers of my channel. I really appreciate all of your support, all of the encouraging comments. Definitely makes me want to keep going harder. Cheers to you, and thanks for watching, guys.